How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So yesterday, as you already know, or probably already know, I was in New York for the release of the Dji Mavic Air. And I was in New York all day, and I didn't get a chance to put up the video I had hoped to put up yesterday. As I said in my live stream, I got inside the building and all communications in my phone pretty much were shut down. I couldn't live stream out of it. So I thought I'd come on today and give you my opinions of it and let you know what I thought about it, what I saw, key features, and hopefully that'll let you decide whether or not you want to go out and buy it. On the 28th, they're talking about releasing this. So hopefully mine will show up and I'll actually be able to give you some hands-on and some flight demos of it to let you know whether or not it's worth upgrading over your current Spark or your current Mavic Pro or Mavic Pro Platinum. Let's just quickly get into the features. I don't want to make this a long drawn-out video. I know you guys seen everything in the pre-release. Some of the cool things that I thought about the drone, some of the features I thought were cool, or updates over the current Mavic Pro or Spark. Let's get into the features. Like I said, you've seen a lot of this on the pre-release stuff, or actually at the live stream. So I'm just going to go through it real quickly. We talk about image systems. We talk about the cameras that are on the Mavic Pro, the Spark, and the Mavic Air. Definitely an upgraded camera over both the Mavic Pro and the Spark. The Spark has a 2-axis 1080 camera. The Mavic Air has a 3-axis camera that's capable of shooting up to 120 frames per second, 1080, and 4K at 100 megabits per second, which is huge. And that means you're going to get a lot more data. And when you go post that to YouTube, you're going to get a lot crisper images, the stuff that you were expecting from 4K before YouTube crushes that down. So if you're thinking about upgrading based on the camera alone, this drone actually has a better camera than both the Spark and the Mavic Pro. When we talk about flight performance, one of the reasons why I got rid of the Spark was the actual flight performance. I could not take the short flight times. This one's got a 21-minute flight time. I actually have to tell you what that really equates to in real time by getting one, or real life by getting one and flying it around. You know, all that's going to depend on, wind conditions and what you're doing. If you're doing a lot more hovering than actually flying into the wind, those things will affect your flight time. But I'm hoping that this is going to give you somewhere close to 20 minutes, because anything like around 15 is just, in my opinion, too short to actually do any really cool cinematography with it. When we talk about transmission distances, it's actually been downgraded. So the Mavic Pro Platinum are capable of 7 kilometers, which equates to, like, I think about 4 miles. Whereas this one's been back down to 4 kilometers. Let's talk about portability. So I asked the question, I said, hey, why'd you call this the Mavic Pro or Mavic Air over the Spark Pro? And they said because it folds up like a Mavic Pro. One thing that doesn't have that the Mavic Pro and the Spark have are foldable propellers. So the propellers on this are solid. They're just rigid propellers without a fold in it. Maybe that saves them some money over having to get foldable propellers made, but they said that you don't need them because if you look at the design, the propellers actually tuck in tight to the body. Unlike your Phantom series where the propellers stick out and you got to take them off for transport, they all fold in nice and tight and you still fit in your pocket. So portability is actually still great on this one. It's actually a little bit bigger than a Spark, but it's a lot smaller than the Mavic Pro. When we talk about safety and reliability, this thing's got 6 cameras on it. Other than the current Phantom 4 Pro, you didn't have rear obstacle avoidance. So very cool addition to a consumer drone at a decent, or I would say affordable price, versus like I said, you go out and spend $1,600 on the Phantom 4 version of it and then don't want to travel with it because it's a big bulkier drone with a bigger case. They also have a new feature in the safety and reliability called the Advanced Pilot Assistance System, which is sort of like, if you're into drones and you've seen the unique what is called IntelliSense, I believe it's called, where it's able to go around obstacles instead of like current Mavic drones where they get close to an obstacle and they just stop and start beeping like crazy unless it's in return to home, and then they'll try to figure its way around. Now you have the ability to actually have this thing follow you around, and hopefully it will be able to avoid those obstacles. So ease of use and intelligent features. One of the things that I loved about the Spark was the intelligent features that were added with the quick shot modes. I bought the Spark off of the quick shot modes. If you're a drone pilot or if you're any kind of cinematographer, you know when you're out, and especially if you're trying to film yourself and you're trying to actually get those modes, you're actually looking at the controller and focusing, and you're trying to figure out how to do this particular move or motion. So you want to go out this way and come back and fly backwards or do a pull out or a reveal. Quick shot modes actually gave you the ability to do very cool cinematic maneuvers without actually even touching the sticks themselves. Just hit the button and it'll do it on its own. So 2 of those features that were added to this were the boomerang, which if you've seen, it's sort of like a combination of like an orbit and a helix and a droney, where it kind of goes on the flight path of a boomerang, out far, back in, and back into you. Very cool. I love that. But the one that actually I can't wait to try is the asteroid. And the asteroid is similar to a droney and a 360 panorama, where it goes out into a droney and then turns into a 360 panorama. I can't wait to try that one, guys. So hopefully, again, by the 28th, 29th, I'll have this thing. That'll probably be the first thing I test out of the box. This is the quick chat mode to see if they actually work. Let's look at some of the other things about it. So smart capture when they're doing things like you know, the hand gestures. On this one, it seems like they've actually fine-tuned it and tweaked it, and it actually looks like it's something that you'll probably want to use, and it works well. And with the Spark, it's like hit or miss. The thing would have your hand and it would go out and come back in. This thing seems to be very reliable when it comes to hand gesturing. So you want to take off the ground, get it up, shoot that quick shot, put it back down on the ground without using your controller or your phone. I think this one's actually got it right now. So again, we'll see. We'll have to test it in real world situations to see if it actually works. But what I've seen from what I saw at the release, this thing actually looks pretty cool. And then, you know, it's super responsive, and you also have a different gesture mode for, I call it pinch to zoom. So if in the past, you would have to do it with one hand on the Spark. You would put your hand out and like kind of push it away from you and try to pull it back to you. And this one, I call it push to zoom or pinch to zoom, like you would do on your cell phone, because if you want to get further away from you, you would zoom out by bringing your hands together and pulling them out. And if you want to bring it back, you bring your hands close together. I think that's actually another cool feature that didn't kind of work for me on the Spark, but on this one, it looks like it's going to work. And I almost forgot, let's talk about the controller. That's another difference between the Spark and the Mavic. The controller on this one is like a combination of both. To explain, on the Spark, it works via Wi-Fi connection to your phone. On the Mavic Air, it works via connection like the Mavic does to your phone, from a hardwire from the actual side of the controller into your phone. It doesn't have the screen like the Mavic Pro does, but it has no screen like the Spark does. So that's why I said it's a combination between the two. They took away the screen, probably saved you some cash on it. That screen that you kind of really never use on your Mavic Pro, because everything's kind of like the telemetry's on your phone. And they gave you another cool feature, which where you're able to take off the sticks and tuck them away, so that makes it even more portable when you put it in your pocket. So all in all, when I look at the whole package, the size, what it could do, the features, I said, hey, it's worth it to me to go out and buy it, because it's definitely different than the current drones. I kind of gamble because, as we all know, people are thinking that there's going to be a Mavic Pro 2 coming out soon. So hopefully they won't do that to me, where I bought this drone and like a half a year down the line, they're going to come out with a Mavic Pro 2, which has the same features of this drone, plus some extra cool features. But I got mine coming, so I'll be able to shoot some videos with it and show you how I feel, tell you what I feel about it, while you decide whether or not you want to wait to see if another one's coming out down the road. You have all the details and data for me to help you make an informed decision. So, hey, thanks for watching. If this thing shows up on 28th, 29th, 28th, 29th, 30th, hopefully I have some videos up to start showing you what this thing can do. So, I will talk to you later. Bye.